Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, the absolute #1 YouTube channel for students. Yes, it's a bit empty at the moment, but I will fill it up as quickly as I can. Alright, so today's video is about tips for students, and I believe this is episode number 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's get right into it as we have our tips that we need to go through. Today's episode tip number 1 is lock your door. You really need to lock your door. It is super essential when you go on holiday or while you're going away for the weekend, if you ever go away. Locking your door is essential to avoid any pranks. I have had friends of mine that had their whole room filled up with balloons or plastic glasses filled with water, or everything was kind of put in paper packaging. Just lock your door to avoid any kind of pranks, because as much as you like your flatmates, some of them can love these kind of pranks and everything. So my tip number 2 is do wash your plates. If you are about to go to university, chances are you will be allocated to a flat, or you're going to be in halls, or you're going to share a kitchen, or even if it's just you. Wash your plates, because you will be very surprised of how quickly mold forms on your plates. And then either you're someone who can't stand mold and you prefer throwing the plate rather to deal with it, or you're someone who will find this experience excruciatingly painful. Been there, done that, by the way. At least I didn't bother anyone because it was my own kitchen and freshers. But people who are going to share a flat with other people really need to do that straight away. As soon as they finish eating, do wash your plates, because it's out of respect of other people, and people will talk badly about you if you do not show some kind of respect or hygiene of the kitchen. So yeah, don't be that person, especially if you are self-catered or anything, and wash your plates. Trust me, this is a big one. So moving on to my tip number 3, which is a boring one. Do the work. And I should be the last person who gives you advice on this, but doing the work is actually very, very, very important. Don't be last minute, just like I was. Work does, when you arrive to uni, some of you will be, at least I was, just like, oh yeah, it's the first week, I will go through lecture number 1 next week, it's fine. But then you do that because at the beginning you just think, oh yeah, I do have time to do that and everything. But then what happens is it accumulates, and you don't have just one module, you have many. So if you do that for every module for only a week, that is already so much to catch up on. You do that for 1 month. Yeah, I can't even describe how much work I had, because in my first year I basically didn't do any work for the whole first term, and basically spent my Christmas holidays inside my room studying on books. And did I mention that I didn't celebrate New Year's Eve because I was studying? That was how bad the workload was. So got through it, obviously everything was fine because I did study. Some people think they have superpower when it comes to catching up with your course, and trust me, if it was that easy, everyone would do it and everyone would have a first. So do make sure that you do the work and do not leave stuff last minute. And don't worry, I'm not naive, I know that some of you will leave it last minute, but it's fine, you will learn it just like I did. Alright, so some of you will maybe need a bit more money, and I know a lot of people, me included, who have been working with events in order to gain a bit of money, become a rep. So basically, for every ticket you sell, you usually get £1, or so if you sell 10 tickets, you get £10. Free entry to the club and all those kind of privileges. You need to make sure that you sell the tickets, otherwise the people who organize the events will not let you rep anymore. So there's some kind of pressure, obviously, but for those who are super sociable and know a lot of people, that is a great way to make money, extra money, if you're really in debt kind of thing. I really hope that helps. And I've been in the event scene a lot, and I've actually had my own event running and was very involved in that kind of underground vibe. Therefore, if some of you do have questions about DJing in Exeter or stuff like that, just let me know in the comments, because I can really help you out with that. Alright, so now let's move on to my final tip, tip number 5. And this is a huge one, and it's take a fancy dress with you. I don't care if you have your school tie, or you have your pirate thing, or you have a Halloween dress of 5 years ago, just bring something. And if you have face paint, even better. The reason for this is because, especially in campuses, not very sure about London and other things, but a lot of campuses such as Bath, Exeter, Durham, they have all of these kind of dressing up events where you have to dress up as something, and this is hugely popular in Exeter. So if you are in Exeter, you have to bring, I think, more fancy dresses than clothes. I'm exaggerating, but you understand, like, you really need to bring fancy dresses, and if you will never use it, someone else will use it. This was my video of the day. I really hope this helped. I'm so excited for you guys. You're about to go to university, and it's such a great, I just love university, frankly. And I love Exeter. Have fun and be excited, and just don't hesitate to ask me questions, because for those who are super excited, I completely understand your sentiment. Do we say that in English? I'm not sure. I come from Italy, by the way, so if I did mistakes in my videos, please forgive me. Alright guys, so have a great day. Please subscribe and like my video, and if you have a spare 2 minutes, do check my Instagram account. Maybe you can relate. And this said, let's say goodbye. Ciao.